possible part of transportation in his front yard anyway. Huh?
All right. 6:01, call the meeting to order. If everybody would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hi, Priscilla.
Priscilla's home with the Black Death, so it's a good spot for her to be.
When Rob comes home before it dark, you know.
That's right. All right, so payroll and manifest. Everybody got an opportunity to take a peek and sign that.
Yep.
Minutes of December 15th and 16th.
Yep. I'll make a
I
motion
make a motion to accept the minute.
Thank you, Priscilla.
for December 15th and 16th.
Yeah, 15th and 16th.
All right, I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. We had a current use application, a couple reports of cut, letter of hire, which I think at this point in time, nobody's taking any action on that. I think there's more discussion necessary.
Yes, we're going to table that for now.
Table that one.
What's that?
The letter of hire.
Which one?
The one that was in the stack there.
We're going to table it anyways. We can discuss it further.
That'll be a non-public conversation. We want to jump into the Highway Department winter plow policy. Everybody get a chance to take a peek at that?
Yep.
Jarvis, you want to give us a quick?
Yeah, I was just kind of going over some stuff that we don't have in place, especially during winter operations.
Did you submit this to all the guys already?
I have not. I wanted you guys to look at it, just to make sure you guys approve of it. If you need to make any changes, before we go forward with it.
Okay.
I just think we need something in place, just because if someone calls out because of whatever reasons, we gotta have something in there just to kind of fall back on.
I think you ought to put on there a signature page that they've read it and understand it, blah, 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 and then throw it in their personnel file.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's one of the reasons I just did that, was just so everyone can look at it.
Okay.
Want to change it, but definitely have everyone sign it, agree to it.
Yeah, it looks okay to me. I didn't see anything.
It looked okay to me.
What are you calling the document?
We are calling that the Highway Department winter plow policy. Dale, do you have a? I look at you.
It says, it does say winter plow policy.
That's what we're calling it.
Okay.
We're gonna go with that.
I mean, we've always had like a on call for the weekends there scheduled for the guys, but it's never been like in writing as a policy though.
Probably should be.
So, while we're on winter though, have we actually approved the winter parking ban?
No.
The board usually always approves.
Yep.
So I just
That
thought
was
that.
every road in town, or such and such a date, right to the end, or just during winter storms.
No, that's a date to date.
Okay.
What we usually do. So
And since it's December 23rd, I'm assuming we should probably approve a winter parking ban.
Yeah.
right.
Andy, you want to make a motion since you know what the ban would be?
I make a motion that the board approve a winter parking ban from December 23rd, 2025 to April 1st, 2026.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
There you go. We'll communicate that over to the PD.
So when? October?
April
December? From December 23rd.
Keeping up with you tonight,
December 23rd, that'd be today.
thinking of the beach.
We can make it retroactive, but
To what, April?
April 1st. You want to make it a retroactive, Gary?
Think.
Yeah.
You get too much sun? So while we have Jarvis again, so Rodney had called me on the Coles Ledge project. We took the guardrails out which FEMA made us put in. They were taken out. We can't put them back in until spring. And we're not 100% certain they're actually still the correct ones. So Earth moved 14 Jersey barriers up there as an interim law. So Rodney had called me, he told me about it, that there's going to be in the contingency, and the cost for the rental and the moving is $6,790. And we were out of Jersey barriers, as I understand. So I asked Rodney, what's the cost for us to buy them, the ones that they've taken up there? So the cost for us to buy them would be $5,345. So it's $1,400 less. We would be responsible for moving them back down.
Do we need 14 Jersey barriers? I guess can we get away with not 14?
Not there.
Yeah.
No? You need 7 on both sides, right?
It's too long of a span, too much of a draw.
So they're already there.
I get it.
That's it. What did you think of them? Did you go up and take a peek? I mean,
Not actually.
okay.
No. I mean, they're all the same condition as the ones on there.
And we're only keeping them there anyways till the spring, right?
4 month is what he had in there. 4 month
4
rattle.
months, and then we're gonna put rails up.
Yeah.
We do have a company that is willing to come back.
Do we have the rails?
Yeah, we saved them.
Okay,
Yeah, we just, the back of the highway drive on back.
all right. So we're gonna just find out somebody to install
Correct.
them in the spring.
Yes, we have a couple companies that are willing to go around town. We also have some other issues with guardrail. It'll save us if they do more than just that little piece.
How is it? How hard is it to sell Jersey barriers? Just in case you want to get rid of like half of them afterwards.
Right.
So brand new ones from Mitchie right now are about $546.
Okay.
That's no delivery. Average.
Yeah, but is the demand there for it? I mean, I guess is what I'm asking.
There's always a band in good shape and not all shit.
I mean, because I can see us getting rid of at least 4, 5, 6 of them. There's $3,000 back. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you can always auction. There's always people. They make good bins, but it's one of those things.
You
where
see you stacking them, trying to make a roof.
You're
over
gonna move
there.
them with change. We're not buying the top, right? Okay.
we just recommend we have the bins that lock you.
Yeah.
All right, just keep that in mind. I mean, I don't. If we're going to spend 6 to rent them, we might as well just buy.
Right.
them.
We're going to spend $67.90 to rent them.
Keep it in mind,
$53 to buy 'em.
we don't need that many, so
I
we
know,
should
it wasn't
probably
such-
look at getting rid of some of them afterwards.
I mean, we got some stuff that's gotta go away anyway. So. But if it wasn't such a long span in there, but we also, when they redo Narrows Road, we're gonna have Jersey barriers or not, which I think there's 6.
They're gonna be like the other ones we have on Narrows Road that have been there for
No.
14
That's
years.
what he's saying. The ones that are there.
Oh,
We're
If we
gonna have
do that,
oh, we
Those
have
Once
those.
we do that, those have to come back to us.
Yeah, those are nice paint jobs on them too. They get some really nice paint jobs.
Why, you want them in your front yard?
I already painted them once.
Yeah. All right. So I think there's a $9,000 contingency line in Coles Ledge. So
Okay.
that would come out of there. So I don't know. Do we need a motion for?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we buy them as opposed to rent them, and then when we're done, we deal with. So we buy them for the $53.45. You'll be responsible for moving them at the end. on this.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Return to 12, 12-foot stick, 3-foot overflow pipe back to the shop.
Okay.
Looks good over there. They were landscaping today.
Get that.
I gotta.
Get that. And then Karen, you gave Rick the stuff for TD Bank, so we're moving.
Yeah, so I gave
Forward.
a list of all the accounts, that showed, I did speak with Jim Boucher from the Conservation Commission, there's always been 2 accounts, it can be consolidated into one.
Okay.
And then a couple accounts that just can be closed, that have 0. So Rick has the list.
And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 that can be consolidated for the PD, 2 for the fire.
And if we reach out to the guy from TD Bank there to let him know that we're starting the process, because
Rick was gonna call him tomorrow.
Okay.
And set it up and just make sure, as a signer, Rick may be able to go and do this.
Okay.
If they require one, Hillary can get in touch with them.
yeah, it sounded like they would come to us. I think was what he talked about to do all the signer cards for movement.
The people we were working from, were they from Epsom, or were they from Alton? Or were they from headquarters, from
They
TD?
were headquarters.
Oh, they were.
I think we had both, didn't we?
One lady, Christine, is actually local.
Yeah.
But the other.
All right, just do me a favor and call around, find out who's going to take responsibility for this, so I don't have to call around.
It was Christine.
Was it
Yes.
Christine?
Christine's going to be our
Okay.
account manager,
All right.
and then the other guy's now
He's the big director.
he's ahead of her.
Okay.
He would have been ours, but he was promoted.
All right.
So-
Christine's down in here, down in Alton.
Yes.
I met her before.
Yes.
Okay.
So we had
I can go see her tomorrow.
Yes.
So we have an expression of disapproval. The board had some discussion after last week's meeting where we had commentary. So we have an expression of disapproval. Everybody have an opportunity to review it. So I'll go ahead and read it into the minutes, Mary Jane, and then I'll give you the copy of it. So it's moved by that the board approve the following resolution. I'll make the motion that the board approve the following resolution. Whereas at the Select Board's December 15, 2025 meeting, the Barnstead Overseer of Public Welfare, who was present to discuss the 2026 welfare budget, made comments about potential welfare applicants that were at best insensitive and which may be interpreted as disrespectful towards such people. Whereas the Overseer of Welfare is an elected official who may only be removed from office by order of the Superior Court for violation of her oath of office and is not subject to the jurisdiction or control of the Select Board in the performance of her duties. Whereas regardless, the Board of Selectmen take this opportunity to clarify that the Overseer's comments in no way reflect their views of potential recipients of municipal general assistance, nor the importance of such resources for the benefit of the community's most vulnerable people. The Barnstead Board of Selectmen resolve as follows. We urge the Overseer of Welfare to be more conscientious about her public remarks and to be mindful that her ability to administer the town's statutory general assistance program may be undermined by perceived hostility towards the very people she is elected to assist. We reiterate that Barnstead stands ready as a community to assist our neighbors who find themselves in need. Need a second. Somebody want a second?
Second, I put some discussion.
Okay.
Was there any, I wasn't here, was there any, and I agree with this completely, was there any discussion on a public apology?
Not at this time, not with.
Okay.
This is the board's current action. She would then have that opportunity as to how she chooses to respond.
Because this is from us, as it should be.
Yep.
From our standpoint, representing the town, but it's nothing from her.
Correct. And we can't tell her, statutorily, we can't tell her she has to apologize. We don't have that authority over that, as she's an elected official and subjected to different rules. All right. Any other discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Zilla? It's gone to.
I said aye, sorry, I didn't.
Okay. All right. On a new business item, due to the Christmas holiday falling on Thursday, I'd make the motion that we actually close town hall on Friday and give the employees the day off. Just, I can't imagine we're going to be very busy, but it'd be
I'll
nice
second
to
it.
give them. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No, it's
Oh, all right. What's that?
I said aye.
Okay, sorry. I didn't want to push down the spot.
That's fine.
I might have fallen asleep briefly. Sorry. All right, so Friday closed. we had the 2026 holiday schedule. Where does Christmas fall in 2026?
Or
Friday.
Friday.
Friday, so it's not a, okay. Not an issue. Hartshorn Bridge, do we have anything new on that, Travis? Encumbrances, Karen, we're gonna wait till next week, so we're a little closer to the
Yes.
to the end.
And everybody has an updated budget, so just please review that, and then you have to make your final recommendations on budget next Tuesday as well.
Okay.
And then you and I did discuss for the meeting. I'm going to save Linda asking the question.
Right.
We've got some from Sagers. There is one property that is currently holding the entire thing. However, they're going to split it potentially to pull that property out, pay the town for the remaining 4, but it would be mid-January is when that will happen. So we looked into it.
So mid-January, we should receive payment for all the remaining 4.
For the four others, right? Because we sold 5. One's just held up.
Do we have a final dollar value on those 4?
I could give you the values except the one that's being held.
The one that's in question. Yeah, that's
I can give it to you next week. If that's okay.
Yeah.
okay. I had written it down anyways. Okay. That's fine.
Andy, did you want to run through the budget? Did you have some specific items?
And you want to run through it now? You want to save it all for next week?
Could save it all for.
Give everybody a chance to look it over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I did run through it over the weekend, but give everybody a chance to, if they want, do it all in one shot. If they want to do it twice.
Okay.
Did you print out a new actual too, or when was the last actual that was printed?
So I gave
This
the
one's
chairman, that's a detail.
This one's 12/15.
You want to, this is
That's today.
today.
I put that today.
Goes chairman device. I'm gonna try.
And you get it to him.
Yeah, if you want that. That's the
All that. I
complete
just
sheet.
want this.
Take it off.
And I can give everyone one next week, a summary.
Okay.
I'll just email it.
From yesterday. Obviously, we were
Okay.
but that's where we are.
All right. Okay.
Trying to think of where we're. All right, so we'll go through the final. Everybody's got a copy of. Priscilla's is the only one that doesn't have a current copy, so if we can.
Yes, I suggested scanning it and sending it to her email.
We could send that.
I can just listen, I'm fine.
Well, we're gonna have everybody look at it over the next week.
I can stuff it in the mailbox
Okay.
and she can.
Well, that's what I was saying. Can we send the hazmat team over to drop it off, Priscilla?
I'll pick the one person that isn't like driving me down the get it.
Send Wesley out. We'll give it to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Wesley's a carrier, you don't want him.
All right. All right. So we got that. Do you have an update from planning the joint meeting? Was there anything, or is that still going back to?
There's a lot of questions that are going to the attorney.
Okay.
For the ADUs and short-term rentals there.
Okay.
So, and just to clarify for everybody too, like the town isn't trying to get rid of short-term rentals there because that was brought up from one person last Thursday night. I guess there's a rumor out there that the town's trying to get rid of it. But we're not trying to get rid of it. We're just trying to have an application so that the town knows which properties are going on, not only for the town but for the fire department, so they know potentially what to expect and everything. So.
And I think the big thing was so that FAP could look at septics.
There is that, and in the state law that passed there is for short-term rentals, yeah, ADUs there, the state, you have to get a state approval to use your current septic system to make sure it's adequate for it. But the town can tell them that they have to have one separate one.
Yeah, and what the
The
state passed a whole new ADU
Yeah.
legislation. We don't comply with our current. In fact, probably no town complies, so we have to.
Right.
I don't think the ADUs is a problem anyway. It's more of the short-term rentals
There will be, but
that are being advertised as 20 people in this one and that one and the other one.
well, there's that, and yeah. But you'll see questions on the warrant article when you go to vote. So just be informed. That's going to be the biggest thing. Is try to inform everybody the reasoning behind them. So it's not that we're trying to get away from anything or do anything wrong. Like it's just trying to clean everything up in our zoning ordinance.
So what's the warrant article instead?
We'll have to
That is yet be
change
determined.
our language in our planning and zoning laws, so that we match the states. Right now, we don't. So we have to change it. So.
And all of that's going through the attorney to make sure all the language is correct.
And then how will we get enforced?
Code enforcement.
Code enforcement.
The code board?
Code enforcement will do it.
Building inspector, health officer.
Yeah, we have
It's
like
gonna get busy for us.
He actually did say that this will help him
Yeah.
with short-term rentals. So he did say that. We did ask him to make sure he wasn't going to be overloaded with work. But
Rick. You got anything?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No,
the only one thing I had was just a cleanup thing, I think.
Yeah.
Social media policy. Did we actually vote on that?
We did.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I couldn't remember off the top of my head, but I just want to make sure.
And then if there's anybody that's raising their hand up to, so the way they're set up now is the department head, member of the board, just so that if department head leaves, the member of the board can assign someone new, and we can move it. And then the board has we'll call it a dummy profile, no pun intended, that is also on there as well. So we can.
Now, who's authorized to do updates on those?
So Jen is going to be the department head, and then
Okay.
we need to decide who wants to do the town one. Karen's super excited to jump into the Facebook world,
Okay.
but the town one should just be agendas and minutes, right? And any
Right.
town announcement, and then the PD is, somebody dropped off goodies today.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they made it
They
to.
look great.
We're still trying to get from the fire department because they have theirs, and we said, listen, we just need to be added to it
Okay,
so that
so who's running that one?
Jim Topham,
Jim is right now?
yeah, so
Okay.
he is. So all they need to do is just, and then we have a pinned post that goes in that's basically, this is not your place to report an emergency. This is not, you're there. Comments have to be, it's all 91A stuff.
So we need user and administrative rights to that one.
Correct. So that's what we're,
Immediately.
and then were you able to recover the password for,
So I looked behind the file cabinets for passwords and not.
okay.
Just have not had 5 minutes to kind of.
So we should be,
Told me it's the
road
email.
yeah, so just try and recover it, see what you can get. Let me know.
Right, my day off.
I'd rather you didn't on your day off, but
you might not have one this week.
That's right.
You'll have plenty of time in between plow runs.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Karen, you got anything before I open public input?
I'll just add that I scheduled an appointment, for January 13th for the engineering firms to meet with the board.
Yeah.
And I've also sent an email to the town administrator of Pittsfield trying to coordinate a joint board meeting.
Okay.
You said January 13th for the engineers?
Is for the engineers.
And I'm pretty sure they meet the same night that we do in Pittsfield.
Yes.
Every Tuesday night also. But I know that 2 of the select board members, one's that talked to Rick about it, one's talked to me.
Yeah, we've had 2 reach out so thus far, so.
We had talked about, and the board, and I think this is okay in public. So we've talked about the performance evaluations and the board doing those. Do we want to decide who's doing what department, as opposed to the entire board trying to do them as a group? I don't think we ever got to how we want to handle those, because we did want to do them in January. Everybody would get one.
Well, we would just do department heads.
Right, we're just doing department heads. Department heads do their employees, and then the thought was that when a department head does an employee's review, one of the select board members would be with them, so we'd have an opportunity to view the management stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
That's what we talked about with Michael. So I guess give it some thought. If anybody has a department that they're excited to go and.
You want the tax clerk's office?
Absolutely.
And I think we give Gary the police department.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You can bring some cookies over and get it done.
I tried to take credit for all those goodies, but not one department fell for it. Liz got all the credit.
The Hatchon Bridge,
No, there's no update from.
there's no update
from
He said
Jarvis.
it was probably gonna be
after
after the holidays.
the holidays?
Yeah, we were all discussing that day. He was gonna
No, he
try.
said Friday is what he said.
He was messing with me.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's Friday after the holidays, Rick.
Well, I don't-
A Friday after the holidays.
Have
I
we,
will touch base with him after the first.
have we reached out to Primex at all about the like harassment training and all that kind of stuff?
Yes,
Beginning of the year.
so, and actually, I don't know if they send it out to the board as well, but they are, in January, they're gonna come out with a whole new, group.
Yep.
Because they're going to, get rid of a lot of the ones that have been in place for years. They're, looking at maybe changing some language, and
Okay.
then they'll send a whole list.
All right.
And it's all on, most of that is all online training and part of the, hiring packet as well.
And then we'll have to pick a date, end of March, early April, when Michael was going to come for all elected officials to discuss 91A, everybody's responsibilities,
Okay.
that sort of stuff. So it made sense to wait at this point in time until the March elections and get everybody. So we'll have to line up a date for that. And I don't think it doesn't, because it'll be Michael doing that training. I don't believe it becomes a meeting. So.
Yeah.
And what is 91A?
So that's the right to know law under it's New Hampshire RSA 91A, Dale. And so it's what we can talk about publicly, what we don't talk about publicly, where we can share, what we go into a non-public session about, all of that stuff. And then if you want to know something, you file what they call a right to know under a 91A request. So you send in and you say, Karen, I want whatever. I want any letter that Jarvis sent about Cold Fledge. And she produces them and they come.
Basically, I want to give you a few hours worth of work.
That's pretty much. I'd like to waste some paper, and I'd like you to respond to that. So if you go on Facebook and you say, "I want to know this," we're going to be like, "That's not the venue. This is the venue." That's how that works. So don't ask questions on Facebook. Yeah.
Well, I did today.
See?
I asked if there was still meeting,
See?
still planned with the snow.
yeah. Told her yes.
And I got an answer.
She said she'd be here, and there she
Yeah,
is.
she said she'd be tardy. She did say she was going to.
Did she? I didn't see
she
that.
was. Yeah. Said you're going to try and get it. So, all right. So nothing else. At 6:30, I'll open it up to public input. Frank. We actually probably should have talked about, not to burn your. So Frank's doing the warrant article for the Suncook Lakes Association watershed grant.
Yeah.
So the question to the board that we have to come up with, is it going to be petitioned or is it going to be a board level warrant article? Because it does differentiate how Karen handles that or Frank handles it. So I think that's the first question, is how we want to handle it. And I think at town meeting last year, you got unanimous almost. It was a unanimous vote by the town to move forward with it. So, and what do we, short cliff notes, Frank? What's the next one about?
Basically, the town accepts the $100,000 that's been earmarked from the state and is going to become the fiscal agent for the project. So,
Okay.
and there's no tax burden to the town. And that the other language that's in there is that if the loan accrues any interest, it's only, if the loan is sitting there and not being used, the interest is almost like a penalty that the association's LLIA, some Lake Association, would pick up the interest costs on that. So again, no tax burden to the town, and it's the associations that are bearing the interest. And typically, it's the interest rate is very, very low. I mean, as Steve said, some of the over $100,000 loans that were given out to other loan borrowers, Salem, it came out to about $2,000. So, but Steve will answer any questions. But basically, that's what I'm telling right now is that that's verbatim from him. So, and from the state.
So is the cleanest way, Karen, to make sure that it complies with DRA that we do the warrant article?
Right, if the board says tonight that they want to put the warrant article on, then we would write, and I explained to Frank when we send it off to the Department of Revenue and we send it off to the town attorney.
Yes.
To make sure everything is correct.
And then, because it'll come up, if we ask is it LIAA, is that what you're, to escrow anticipated interest costs?
Yes.
I think it might help.
Yeah.
Sell it?
Yeah, Steve forwarded to me language from a similar project, and it said if any interest is accrued, it would be associations, and I think it was Salem Lake Association.
Okay. Yeah. Can you get that to Karen?
Yeah.
And then I think let's just escrow $2,500. Have them escrow $2,500 in advance. So that when we're because now we have. So if it's our warrant article, we got to sell it to the town. If it's yours, you have to sell it to the town. But I think that helps. So we could say, here's the potential exposure,
and, listen, I like that.
And we already have. And Frank is personally going to write us a check for that. But so it's.
No, I get it. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm already talking to the powers that be with SLA, and then we have a board meeting coming up, and and it's nothing that it's not anything that anybody hasn't heard before. When we originally put together the consortium of people, I was like, look, we would pick up the interest, LLIA would pick up the interest, or SLA. So again, no burden to the town,
right.
But the impetus is on us to, once we have that money, is to execute the plan.
Yep.
So they don't want you sitting on the money.
Okay.
So they want, whoever the town decides to hire, an environmental firm, that we know that they have a track record of doing that in the area. And for example, FB Environmental has done really happy Lake, and they've done other projects here throughout the state. I'm not saying it's them, because it's the town's choice. An RFQ would have to go out. And
so, can you also give Karen the names of the ones? I know you said they had a list, so we can get that process going of those environmental firms, rather than waiting until
sure, yeah, I
March.
Can get that. Yep.
Because you're just going to delay it.
Yep. I'll do some legwork with that, and I think I'll get that from Steve.
Okay.
On several firms that will do that.
And then you have them lined up for the.
Firming up with Bud Haley, he's the president of SLA. Selkirk Lake Association has been running a long time. The other ones are rural local.
Right.
And I'm the president of the so I'm not talking about the snow side. I just, right now, I'm in the process of saying, Robert's meeting the road here, we got to put the language down.
All right.
So the warrant article also has to create an account for this as well.
Right. That's why we'll have the board.
Budget committee.
Yeah. Budget
Right.
committee's have to vote on it.
Yeah.
But then how much work will it really create in town hall for you guys potentially? Because they got to.
They have to process the checks.
Checks it also. Is it going to be a lot of work, or are they going to need like price form from whoever you're gonna pay out to.
Yeah, oh, we just have to look into this.
Yeah, we're gonna need a 1099 from, or you either 1099 them or we get a, what, you get a 10, you get a W-9 or a W-2, depending on which way we're paying them.
Right.
You talk about the environmental fund.
Yes.
So yeah,
So there's some paperwork.
there's some, yeah. So
We set up to meet with Steve.
January.
Yes, so and I just wanted to confirm that we're on the agenda.
Do you have them, is it the 20th?
20th of January.
The 20th? Or what?
Okay,
Yeah.
right. That's
And then they're like 2 days later, you're at the
2
library
days later, we're at the library,
for
and,
community.
you know, they already put together a flyer, so we're trying to get the word out to people that, you know, have questions. Obviously, we can, you know, answer them away. And then, Nancy Carr asked me also to make a presentation. I think that's planned. So, yeah, trying to cover all bases and, you know, go from there. Should be good.
All right. Awesome. So you are going to get language to Karen from Steve, whatever he's got, or you already have it, and then you're going to get us the names for the RFQ. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Frank.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you.
Other Frank? Nothing? Linda? Do you guys ride separately? I'm just curious. Whether Frank needs a ride home.
I think better over here.
Yeah.
The question about the 4 lots that we will be paid for in January. Can we take and do an accrual for that receivable for December 31st, 2025? The financials?
We don't know what the receivable
Right.
is until
Right.
January. So
So it's cash basis.
It is.
Yes,
Right.
we can't do anything with that. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Relative to the environmental, they're very, very professional. Sunfoot Lake has an advantage in that they have a whole slew of people that they can rely on that have knowledge base, whereas we only had one person that was a chemist. They will take and instruct them and tell them and lead them throughout the whole process. And the invoicing was not difficult at all. After we did it, they sent it to us, we looked at it, and then we sent it off to the state. It was negligible amount of work.
yeah, that's right, Wesley. It's crazy, but it's all right. We'll let her talk. Just got called out by a 6-year-old.
Isn't there is there not a? I thought there was a team or a group from UNH that does this environmental study as well. Is that true or
I'm
not?
not aware of that. And when we
Frank?
did,
The other Frank?
We had Karen and Dave Watt, both retired professors from UNH. They involved studies on some of the ways as well. Karen has done these projects.
I was aware that that was going on, but they don't do it anymore. I mean, it's
No,
not.
they're both on their SLA.
Yeah, but I thought they had actual.
You mean UNH itself?
Yeah, UNH itself had a team that did this.
I think yes, in the past they initiated. I think the milfoil work started with I don't know. Actually, I think this is probably I think you may know about as well. But years, we're talking decades ago. That's how it all started. With it being a field study.
Mm-hmm.
With that. And I'm sorry. By the way, too, I'm talking to Cole Brown about getting students from their environmental project, from their environmental studies involved with this project.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that makes sense. You know, the more people involved from different areas brings in more resources, obviously. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I
no,
just.
that's right. The other thing that we did is we went to bid. And there was only one firm that actually came out with it.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So that's the RFQ that we do. So when the town does it, it's slightly different. We actually are looking more for the qualifications. So we don't truly get a bid.
Yeah.
We get who's the most qualified
And
then
that's,
pick
and that's
that.
what we also
Yeah,
got.
so
So it went fairly well. It was supposed to be a 24-month project. We finished in under 18. And we now have another grant just to fix the areas around, like 3 areas around the lake of the 21 that were identified as potential problems with the watershed.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a challenge raising money going forward. Because the grants may or may not be there, but at least we've got the 75,000. That is a 2-year.
and this is separate, just to clarify, this is separate from, we don't wanna muddy the waters when we're going to the voters.
Right.
So Right, so it's really important that we don't muddy the waters of the 2 projects when we go to the voters.
Right.
So we need to be clean
And
and,
it doesn't have anything to do with milfoil.
No, but UNH, I believe, is going to be involved in something to do with
Okay.
which is Ed Neester's world.
Well, kind of not.
Yeah.
Other question I have, relative to the meeting that you're going to have with Pittsfield, what is that all about?
We're gonna meet with Pittsfield, see what do we need, what do they need, what sort of things can we work on together.
Will
So-
there be a public meeting?
Yep.
or-
Nope, that'll be a public meeting. It will either be in it'll either be in Pittsfield or it'll be here. We really haven't gone there yet.
Pittsfield's struggling with a lot of the same issues that all small towns are struggling with. So I guess the idea is to try to come up with some solutions for these areas that we're less prepared in.
I think it's terrific.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else for public comment? Really?
I usually say something, but I didn't say something.
Alright.
Oh, I know. I thought in light
That-
of
that-
Sam McKean, yourself where I said it. There we go.
Good job.
I thought in light of the comments that I did last week, I've bit my tongue a lot on some stuff, so I thought it was a good time to share you guys the next few days, just to make you aware. And it's hard for me to share this stuff because I think you all know my desire in the community is to be united and bring people together, not to divide. That being said, when things are happening, we sometimes need to be aware and take action. So, in my role as the pastor in the community, I often meet with individuals and families who are struggling financially, emotionally, people who are in crisis, right? It happens a lot. And over the years, there's been a number of consistent, incredible accounts from different residents who describe being treated not well, disrespect, lack of empathy, and in some cases, actually probably most cases, having really hurtful and inappropriate comments directed at them when seeking help from the town's welfare office. And it's hard because those are stories from people who are usually in the midst of a very vulnerable time in their life, right? And they've come to town oftentimes as last resort, they've swallowed their pride, they're in a crisis, and when they leave feeling ashamed or dismissed, unheard, it's more than just being denied help. There's a lot of deeper wounds that happen. And so I want to just make you aware of that. And I know some situations where, I oftentimes am the one who steps in behind that. And as of some of the situations, I've encouraged those individuals to come and talk to the select board just to let you guys know what happened. But of course, given their situation where they're at, that's the last thing they want to do.
Right.
Obviously. So I guess in some ways I'm here just to kind of make you all aware of that. And I get welfare work is challenging work. And I know that it's not easy sometimes. I know there's rules, laws we have to follow, and there's definitely times when you have to say no to people. I get that completely. But I think even though that's the case, it still needs to be done with compassion and professionalism and just basic human dignity. because the way people are treated matters just as much as enforcing policies. So I just want to make you aware of that, and just encourage you to think about how our welfare services are administered here in the town, because I think our town can be better. And I think residents in our community who seek assistance deserve to be met with respect, even when the answer is no. And there's others of us in the community who are happy to step in and have stepped in. Even last week, and this is not uncommon, I got a call from a social worker who had a case that she was dealing with in our town. As an individual, she had directed them to town welfare. And based on what happened and how they were treated, she was appalled, and I got a phone call. And so we took care of the issue and helped the individual in need. But that's not uncommon. It's happened a lot. And so I just want you to be aware that I don't want to create conflict. That's the last thing I want to create. But I just want you all to be aware that that's happening. And hopefully we can work together to solve that. I'm willing to help wherever I can.
I very much appreciate that.
Thanks for staying there.
I think there's a lot of red tape involved too that should be eliminated from some of that. I've seen the applications that have to be filled out by these people, and they're like 20 freaking pages. You know, they want everything. They want your dog's name, your cat's. You know, I mean, the process is pretty tough.
Thanks, Sam. Anybody else for public input?
I have one thing.
For public input, or
It's gonna be public input because it's gonna be for Linda.
all right?
So she wants to give reasoning why behind it. So CIP, you have to get the CIP and present it to it to planning board. And I bring this up because the next planning board meeting is going to be a budget meeting, and you have to go to planning board. Whether you go to planning board first and then go to budget committee, that's fine. But if we don't have CIPs presented to planning board, there's a lot of things behind that can't happen. So we've been waiting. Planning board has been waiting for over 2 months for that. So I appreciate that. So that has to get done. So like I said, there's a lot of things behind the CIP that we can't do until that gets done. So that's all. So that is January 8th. The same night as the budget committee meeting. So I would recommend to call Nancy and see if you can get first thing in and out to planning board first, and then show up to budget committee afterwards. But I don't want you to miss budget committee, but planning board, that CIP has to get done with planning board. So they've waited long enough. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.
All right, 6:49, close public input. Anybody else have any? Do we have a non-public?
Probably.
Do you need one? Okay. In that case, I'll make a motion. We go into a non-public 91A C.
Thank you, Sam.
Second.
C. Andy's got the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
One of us got it.